You want to introduce yourself?
Um, sure. I'm Yarden. I'm a Jew, and I watched Shtisel was you. Who are you?
I'm Efe. That was really nice. I'm Efe. I'm not a Jew. I'm a Muslim, and I'm Turkish. Um, I think we should start with how we got interested in watching it, which is because I watched the Unorthodox program that
Yeah.
Netflix did, um, which stars a girl that is in Shtisel, and that was the connective tissue in that between those two series. I hated Unorthodox because I feel like it was a really unfair painting of the Orthodox community in Brooklyn, and I could see the parallels of by mistreating a group and how it could impact people's viewpoints about that group, and how I've how the Muslim community has had to suffer that as well, where a lot of the time a lot of sort of Islamophobic arguments against of Muslims in Europe are based on how they treat women, and they kind of use women as a like Trojan horse for basically Islamic viewpoints. And it felt like the series Unorthodox kind of did that. I feel it was a very one-dimensional depiction of the Orthodox community.
I
So
think in general, using women's rights or lack thereof to shit on minorities is quite common.
yeah, no, for sure, for sure. It was like my personal realization of how that's been done to us for from my experience of decades of it. I could see the same thing happening to that Jewish community, even though I wouldn't have the knowledge to fight back on it. Say this specifically is wrong. It just gave me the exact same feeling of the stuff that's happened against the Muslim community.
Yeah.
I hated it. I thought it was really one dimensional. But then we ended up as almost as a joke starting to watch
Yeah.
Shtisel.
Yeah.
And in the end, I think we ended up actually really enjoying, like unironically thinking, like really enjoying it.
I mean, I heard good things beforehand,
Oh, okay, fair.
but I've not watched it. Um,
Did you expect to like it as much as you did?
no, I wouldn't say so. It's not a show I would usually watch.
And why? Why would that be?
Um, it's very slow, very methodical in its pacing,
Yeah,
like a bit glacier-like, you know. It's very it keeps at its own pace and nothing will move from it.
yeah,
Um, I don't know when I watch things, like I'm trying to find parallels. I think like I'd like to draw the parallel to like Breaking Bad and stuff like that, or The Sopranos, or Better Call Saul.
yeah,
But all those shows are very slow, and then they have like moments of like craziness. You know, they're like up the tempo like a lot for a little bit, and then go back to being slow.
yeah.
Which this, I guess it has a little bit of that, but not much. Like it never goes too much above first gear.
Mm,
Um, which is odd in television. You know, it's usually like planned in a way where they try to keep your interest with bits of like story building, of world building, story building, which is slower, and then like more actiony stuff. It doesn't have to be like action in the action movie sense, but like things with more stakes that happen quite rapidly.
mm.
And this doesn't really have that, right?
No, not really. Only in a very some things that might be shocking at very scoped in. Like the thing that they've scoped in that world, it might be more higher stakes, but no, nothing in the normal sense in a way. Um, yeah, I would never have watched it because I don't really have particular interest. I don't think I'd have an interest in the Orthodox Muslim community in Birmingham, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, so we had no interest in watching it, and then yeah, as I said, like ended up being something that unironically was actually really skillfully made. A lot of times we would stop and just notice how much they paid attention to the little bits and bobs that they introduced, and like I've begun to slightly understand that's been slightly involved with some productions at how those little details could easily be missed. The one that comes to mind, he speaks the father figure, the patriarchal figure in this is Shulem, who goes to see a lawyer, and the guy's chewing on his pencil, and he noticed in the cup holder in front of him are 5 or 6
Yeah.
chewed up pencils, and it's small details like that. It's like, okay, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, like, and who chewed the pencils?
Imagine if
That's
they
every
hired
question.
someone. What? They actually hired
They,
someone.
they just gave it around. Okay, everybody in the crew, you chew a pencil for a couple of minutes, and then we can get back to it.
I can't read Hebrew, so maybe at the end of the credits there's a chew pencil, and there'll be someone. It's that fucking
Yeah, the
Netflix money.
pencil chewers. That's not a slur. Um,
Could be.
so let's get to, like, you wanted to do some rankings for the characters, right?
That's exactly what I was. Yes, perfect. I want to go next, which is well, quick brief synopsis. It's the Shtisel family living in Jerusalem. There's a father. The mother has sadly passed away. There are 2 sons and 2 daughters that we find out one later on, and it kind of floats in between the issues facing all members of that family in different manners. So I want to rank your top 3 best characters.
Okay, I thought we would do something else. I was just gonna, like, say a character and
Oh, fine.
see how you react. Because I think you have stronger feelings about the characters than I do. I'm a bit more ambivalent than you here.
Yeah.
So let's see what you say here. Let's start with some small stuff, right?
Okay, go.
Um, how about the husband figure who left and came back? I don't remember his name.
Felipe Weiss.
Lip advice. That's right.
Um, I hated him as a character. He leaves to go to Argentina, and then he subsequently leaves his family and his religion. It seems for a shiksa,
For six.
for a Kenwood mixer, as it's called in England. Um, I didn't like it. I didn't respect him as a character, was like as a man because of what he did to his family. And I didn't like the fact that he came back and didn't get with the program quick enough. He was too busy trying to ask for forgiveness when he should have read the signals. Um, I really liked the scene that he had with that daughter of when he
Yeah.
almost like is sorry and kind of gets his chance to show his contrition. But I didn't like him at the start at all. I actually hated him. Actively
Do you
hated him.
think do you think he redeemed himself a little?
Jury's out. Jury's out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, jury's out. I want to see. I hope so because to his wife, who I adore, I feel bad for her, and I don't want her to. I think it'd be too cruel to treat her as badly as they have, and to keep treating her like that. I think that'd be a bit too harsh. But he's a knob, so he's a knob out of 10.
Okay. Let's continue with the family, right? With let's. I mean, really minor stuff like this, smaller children and stuff. Let's not. But how about your favorite actress, Uhami from Unorthodox?
So that's the character. I mean, I thought she did. I thought she was brilliant. I thought she
Yeah.
played the role well of a adolescent who's a bit older, and who's able to help her mum more, but still going through school and still has the impulsiveness that you'd expect from a teenager. So I thought she was brilliant in that whole thing. Um, yeah, I thought she was really great, and I can identify and understand why she would be so she'd feel so betrayed that her father had left, and also resented
I,
her mum a bit.
l-
But go on, sorry.
no, no. I'm just saying. Let's do one more thing. You say what you think of them. I'll have a reaction if I have anything specific to say,
All right,
and then you say what do you think is going to happen with them next season.
all right, okay, cool. All right, I like that.
So you do Lippe and then Ruhami.
All right, Lippe. I think he's gonna I think he's gonna try to find another high-paying job again. And I think he's going to be successful. And I think he's going to show. I think Shulem is going to be much more accommodating. He's going to find a job that's going to not be like being a rabbi, and then I think he's going to look after his family properly.
Okay, what about Rohami?
I would love it if that's the family that she left to go to. Well, no, I know it's in Brooklyn though, but I don't know. I don't really see her that. I can see her floating away from the family. And
Do you think she's going to rebel?
yes, yes. I think I don't know if she'll completely abandon Orthodox Judaism, but I definitely think she's going to be much more pushing the limits.
I don't think anybody's gonna leave the religion except for Lipe, but I don't think he'll leave again. Not that he's actually in it, right?
Yeah,
But I think she'll do some weird stuff. Like she'll go in a weird direction. I
yeah,
think so as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then no one cares about the children.
No.
And then Gitti, is it Gitti, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Probably she's in my top three. I think I thought it was brilliant, and I thought it was great that they had such a strong woman in the program who stepped up. I don't agree with what she did when the father left. She kind of covered it up. Didn't want it. She felt the disgrace of. She felt like the community would disgrace her and push her out,
Yeah.
and she did what she could in a respectful manner. She got other jobs to try and keep the family together, and all in all, I thought she was an incredibly strong woman who showed some tenderness and some delicateness as well when you needed to.
It's interesting because I'm sure this is stuff that happens, right?
Sure.
And like, there's a scene at the start where they want to give her money, like a monthly like stipend kind of thing
Yeah.
from donations, and she doesn't want it. Um, do you think that's because of pride and like not wanting to be somebody who needs help,
Yes.
or
Oh.
kind of more of a dream? Like
She doesn't want to accept the fact that
she's going to change the situation so she will not have to accept this situation, right? So she's always saying like he'll be back, he'll do
oh, I
this, and
see.
until then I'll keep together because I don't want this to happen, so it will not happen. You know what I mean?
I kind of think it's strangely both, and I don't know if that necessarily contradicts itself. Maybe it does, and maybe I'm stupid. But I think it's more born out of pride.
Okay. And anything? What will she do? Something next season? What'll happen?
I feel like she's gonna become the matriarch, and then end up finding something. I think she's enjoyed working. I don't think she's gonna stop doing that, and I think she's gonna. I don't know. I feel like I'm hoping that they just go into a successful, everything's hunky dory vibe because she
Yeah.
has another baby. Actually, fuck, she's pregnant. So, and I don't think she's gonna feel. I think she's gonna be more demanding, and she's gonna have her own job because I think she's enjoyed that.
Yeah. I don't think they ever go back to being a very functional family, but I think they'll be more functional this time than last time.
How fat is the
Okay.
baby gonna be next season?
How what?
Fat is the baby gonna be next season?
So fat.
I don't know, man. My nephew was like that, and then he skinnied up immediately. So
Anyway, let's keep going here. That's that family done. Let's do the. Do you think the brother, Tzvi, and his family, if them together, will have anything happen to them?
I kind of do because they underutilize that family a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like he might do something silly.
He's still like a failure, right? So he has to do something eventually.
But he
I
seems
think.
to be okay. Like they're somehow making money and can afford
Yeah.
the flat and stuff. I don't
Do
think
you think they're gonna? I think he's gonna start singing.
I reckon he might. I reckon he might be like, you know what, Dad, you fucking
Yeah,
stopped my dreams. I think his wife is fucking brilliant.
yeah,
She cracks me up. But I feel like that's underutilized. So I reckon that might be a spot where they try to.
yeah. They could change stuff and like give the one family less of the spotlight and move it to another one for
I think
sure.
maybe I definitely can see him getting more frustrated and the wife being like, "Fuck's sake, mate, uh, can't be this shit of a rabbi." So sort it out.
Okay. Um, right. Let's do. Um, God, I forgot her name. The love interest,
Alisheva,
Alicia. Like, do you think she's back or not?
she's back.
I think she's out. I
Feels
think
like you
she's
read the
out.
wiki.
Not about that specifically. Things I know I won't say.
I I think I would be very disappointed of how quickly she just upped and disappeared to
Yeah.
London. But I think she has to come back somewhere.
I think she will come back somewhere. I just don't think. I mean, she might come back, but I don't think she'll have a big role. That's what I'm saying.
No, I
But
don't.
yeah,
I see her coming back because she hates London
yeah,
and feels very alone and whatever. I can see that. I don't think. I do think it's over, and I don't
yeah.
think they're going to rekindle that. But I do see her coming back or him bumping into her in Jerusalem or something.
I can see that, but I just don't think she's gonna be like. They're not gonna go the same way with the plot, right?
No, no,
Like,
no.
and like, I think it's over between them. They might might have a cameo or something, right?
Yeah, I would say a bit more than that, but I wouldn't say main character. Like less than what she featured in the whole
Yeah,
series.
yeah. And do you think Israel will be in the London Boys Choir?
No, I don't think he didn't look like he had the ability. So
The chops, that
yeah,
good, you know.
yeah, and he's a bit
Okay.
too dark for them. So
Yeah, okay, that's obvious. You didn't have to say that. Um, what else we're doing here? Okay, we finished that. We finished that. Let's do the two remaining. Oh, a bit more.
no,
Let's
two
do
really
the
remain. Oh no, there's
yeah,
three.
but let's do the old folks.
Yeah, Grandma.
Yeah, grandma
Does
and
she
BFF.
die?
No, no, I don't think so. What do you think?
I think she dies.
Right away?
Yeah,
You think it's like after funeral, during funeral?
kind of like that. I think it's an after. It's an after. I forgot her name. World.
Maybe I don't remember either. They just call her grandma all the time, so it's hard to know her name.
Bubble. No, was it?
Uh,
How was the word? Bub.
Baba, but that's not a name.
No. What's the Yiddish for it?
Did they
Bubby.
say Bab?
Bubby. Bubby.
Yeah, baby. They said that, but that's not a name.
No, no, no.
Um,
I reckon she's dead.
yeah,
I reckon she dies, and then it it gives people the either the courage or the grief to either completely fall into line and just, or gives them the bravery to just do what they want.
yeah. I don't know. I think she makes it, but
Right?
no, I don't know. Because if she doesn't, that's like quite a bit. It wasn't the main chunk, but it was quite a big chunk of the show. I don't know. What about her friend,
Oh,
Rabbit
she's gonna outlive everybody.
Eye?
She's the best. My number one character. I
She's
think
gonna like
she's fucking incredible.
she's gonna spit on everyone's grave.
It's like took us all the fucking
Yeah.
time. She's fucking jokes. That woman is a legend. No, she's eternal. She's absolutely eternal. No one's gonna kill her. Nothing's gonna happen to her. I think
Did
yeah.
you do you know what Tuchus was before?
No.
No.
Oh no, I knew of the word. I knew of the word, but yeah, it made me laugh the fact she kept using that.
Yeah.
The most realistic, the most biting, the most of herself. No pleasantries, just
Uh,
fucking. But also, still, when it still gave a job and still ended up helping
yeah.
Gitty out more than her own father, and ended up supporting in a strange way more than anyone else. So,
Yeah.
fucking brilliant, fucking brilliant.
Okay, let's do what's left here, right? Let's do
Akiva
the father,
Shulim.
Shulam. Yeah.
He's my number 2 favorite. Uh,
Yeah.
I see him getting remarried.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, I see him getting remarried. I think he accepts retirement. I think he realizes how stupid it is, but I think he gets remarried, and I think he learns to be softer. And realizing like I think he realizes he has to be because I think Akiva's gonna go a bit mental and start sending women like random penis paintings. Um, I reckon I think in my mind, Grandma dies, Shulam cries, Shulam realizes he needs to not be so harsh, and then hopefully,
I think he won't be as harsh. I don't think he gets remarried. I think he just keeps being like what he's doing. I think he just keeps at it. I don't think he'll have a big thing next season, but I could be wrong.
yeah,
Um. Okay. Let's do the remaining figure here.
Akiva I didn't I didn't I didn't like the way Alisheva dumped him.
Yeah.
I thought it was very pussy.
Do you like how his father made it happen?
I don't like it, but I don't necessarily disagree. And in a way, I think I'd be very thankful that he had done it, because if she was so willing to be that shaken, then she wasn't. Her heart wasn't in it at all. Like
Yeah.
my mum says it to me. Well, she's never gonna stand in the way of who I get married with, and she gives that advice to other people. Someone in specifically in Turkey right now, saying like, "Look, your dad might die, so you're gonna wreck your whole life for your dad." And in a way, that for me was to say, if you truly love and you truly want, then well, even if the father would get involved, it would be like, no, I mean this.
Yeah.
So I think even though the method was, I wouldn't even say wrong. I don't like it necessarily, but I wouldn't even call it wrong. His parents do that. He ended up proving it right, and I hope Akiva doesn't just go spastic and just make all the cigarettes and blame his father, because he just ended up revealing what Ali Sheva really was,
Yeah.
who clearly was a very, very hurt woman, but also a very cowardly one as well.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think those two. I think she confused her hurt with her being cowardly, and I think her hurt covered the fact she was a coward. But at the end of the day, she was just a coward. She couldn't step up in either way. She was getting pulled. She didn't have the ability to choose.
Uh,
Yeah, where
yeah.
he's
Go
going.
ahead.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's gonna spiral. He's gonna spiral and be really upset, and I think he's gonna take out on his father, but then realize that he was right.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's gonna try his own thing and just fuck off a bit and try and do that, but then realize actually I'm getting on as a rabbi. I want to be married, and gets his life into order. And I reckon he might go back to the school and properly teach, and actually like grow up.
Um. I can't say too much because I know a little bit, sadly.
Okay.
But I won't. I know. I don't know the answer to most of that, but I know some stuff. So let's
Okay. Okay.
not
We'll see. That's
reveal.
my prediction.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Good show. I enjoyed it. It's
You think
very. Yeah.
you think the Painter Man is still going to be in it?
No, maybe like a cameo, but I think that's done. Like, what is he gonna do? I don't think. I mean, he said he's not gonna paint anymore, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Do you think he's gonna do something else? Another artful thing?
something like that. I reckon he might go independent. I don't know. I just feel like he's going to try something and then might end up
Yeah.
returning. But yeah, your thoughts. What does it? Are you glad you watched it? How would you rate it? Like, was it something you might even recommend to somebody?
Oh yeah, I'd recommend it for sure.
Yeah,
Not to everyone. You have to have someone with an appetite for like very slow, methodical things. Um, but I think if you don't mind that, or if you even like that kind of stuff, I think it's very well made. Characters are good. It's a bit meandering sometimes, but it always it's always interesting in ways.
yeah.
I quite like it. I'd highly recommend it to people.
Fair.
Would you? Would you?
I wish they would give. I would give. I wish they would give it a go. It's just a tough ask, especially like subtitles.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of normal for us. So
Yeah.
we do everything with subtitles. Do you think somebody you know would enjoy it?
Hmm. I don't have anyone in mind who would give it a go. I think they're going to be put off. I think they're going to feel too disconnected from seeing like an orthodox, and that might be their own prejudices, but they feel like they're going to have nothing in common when these stories end up being quite basically universal. So, um,
I think it's. I don't think you need to be religious or Jewish or connected to that in any way. I think it's
I th-
very.
yeah, go.
It's very um human. You know, the whole thing is quite universal.
I agree. I agree. I'm concerned that people will be too put off by its packaging as well as being subtitled to not give it that chance. But I totally agree. There are some subtleties that I think if you're not religious
Yeah.
in any way, like the modest dress and stuff like that, and how like I was when Ali Sheva takes off her wig, that I think to everyone else would be like okay, but maybe it'll be. I think I understand it a little bit more because of how out of step it would be if someone was to take off their hijab to make that point.
Yeah.
So I think there's some resonances that have happened that can happen if you are more religious in any way. But no, I agree. I think, as you said, I think it's quite universal, and that's why I really like this program. And I brought up Unorthodox at the beginning when that felt like such a two-dimensional demonstration and a betrayal, to be honest, of a huge community in my eyes. When you have something like this, which has real depth and a whole plethora of people that aren't, it has the ability to be grey and the ability to offer nuance and real like dilemmas and real moral quandaries
Yeah.
as you would find in life. And every single person can act in a better way, and every person has a bit of humanity in them as well. And that's why I think I actually really respect it. And like a lot of it, it's like okay, I need to if I was to create something, I need to have that level of detail, eye for detail, because they had it, and I it's a bit inspirational actually.
I'm just waiting to hear what your mom says after she binge watches it. You know.
It. I kind of want to recommend it to her, actually. I think she would love it.
Yeah.
She would.
I
Um,
think it's like a classic show for uh older women who are religious.
that's so
I'm
funny.
not saying that in a joking way. I actually think that.
Cool. Thanks everyone.
Cool. Thanks one listener who
Thanks,
listened to
mum.
this by accident. If your mom watches the show and wants to know what you thought, then hello FA's mom.
Hi, mum.
Okay, bye.
Bye.